Hey guys, hanging out here con Macho Boy, and I'm gonna have a little drink, cause man, I'm stressed out. I'm gonna have this little Fireball that it was introduced by a friend of mine, and man, this thing is addictive. I had a whole bottle and I drank it, but I said I better stop it because this is very high in sugar. So we're gonna have a little bit of Fireball cinnamon whiskey. And I went to a cigar place because I ran out of cigars, and I bought a new batch. I bought like 40 new cigars, I think it was, maybe more, and they haven't arrived. So I went and got an Oliva, which is a very smooth cigar. It's a small one. So uh, I'm all dirty. Oh, that's smooth. So I went and I started working on the truck again. And I changed the. First, I cleaned the oxygen sensor, but apparently that didn't do anything. So I went and bought a new one, put it on, and I started the engine, and the engine started running a lot better. I also changed the spark plugs, the map sensor, cleaned the throttle body, and it started running a lot better. So I said, okay, and that was late at night. I did it like at 8 o'clock at night. I decided to go and just change the oxygen sensor, and that made a big difference. So when I put it in, I went and put the key in, ran it for about 25 seconds or so, 30 seconds, and it ran very. It's still had that tapping noise, but it ran smoother. And I said, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna drive it, right? Turn it off, back inside the house. The next day, I went to start it, and this thing started making a racket. Clack, 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 clack. It sounded like it was hitting a wire with the fan, and I kept looking, and I couldn't find anything. And I said, what the hell? What the hell's going on? So I put my scanner, and now it's telling me there's a knock sensor. So I said, oh, geez, all right, knock sensors. So I drove it to AutoZone. They put it on their computer, and it said knock sensor. So I went and bought the knock sensors. And I couldn't find the knock sensors on the engine. I looked at a few videos, and it turns out that the knock sensors are under the intake manifold. And I'm going, ooh, that's a little more serious, a little more major surgery. I said, so I went and talked to a mechanic. Mechanic quoted me $900, but I said, well, if the knock sensors I bought are not the one, why did this guy recommended it to me? I mean, he looked it up in the book, the year, the model, the engine, and that's what it came out. It's a little knob thing with a bolt. So I said, let me see if I can get under there, because I thought it was in the front. Well, they're on the side. I found them. They're not under the intake like some other years. This is a 2012. It took me a good part of the morning because they're very, very tight in there. And one is behind the starter, and the other one is next to, it's on the other side of the engine. Very tight to get your hands in there. But anyways, I got it done. I changed the knock sensors. There's two of them. Now I went to start the engine, and the engine is frozen. It just goes conk, conk, right? So I say, we looked it up online. I say, oh, disconnect the battery. So I disconnect the battery for a half an hour. And I said, that's it, man. I'm tired. I'm going to get a drink. Later on, I'm going to connect the batteries and see if that makes a difference, because it has to clear the codes from the truck computer, because I already cleared it on my scan, and apparently it doesn't clear the truck. So and then there's another one that you have to disconnect those major fuse relays, disconnect the relays to clear the memory on the computer. I don't know. I was thinking of putting it, because now it won't start. Now it won't start. I thought it was going to start running smoother because. Because I thought now with the new sensors, it will run better. Well, now it won't run. Man, it's one thing after another. I checked the battery. Battery's got 14.5. So the battery is full. It's top. So let's see what happens later, because I need a rest. Boy, this cigar is very smooth. The Oliva Series O. The the automotive industry is making the vehicles more difficult to work on, more difficult to do anything to it. I mean, to change the spark plugs, it was like a major surgery. You gotta get on the Chevy, on the Blazer, it's so easy, But on this one, Jesus Christ, everything is deeper and further down and harder to pop the wire. And I also checked the wire for leaks. There's no leaks. I also checked the coils. The coils are shooting. So I cannot find the noise until the engine runs. So let's see what happens later today. I'm going to see if I can get it. If not, I'm getting tired. I want to take it to a mechanic. I said, go ahead and fix it, just because I'm trying to save. I already spent a lot of money in Texas. I'm trying to save some money here. Jeez. Oh, let's take a shot of this. Look at the color. Very nice. It's got a woodsy, cinnamon flavor. It says cinnamon on the bottle, but it has a woodsy, very good taste. I've been meaning to do a gun video, and but with all the stuff that's going on, I haven't been able to go to the boat either and see if I can get something done. But I want to see if I would just tossing it around that I wanted to get a BAR, right? And if I'm going to get a BAR, I have to get rid of something. The BAR was going to be the 270 Winchester. Looking at videos and people shooting it, and it's not that tight of a grouping. It has to do with the bullets, I know. So then I started thinking, the only reason that I wanted to get a BAR, it's because it's semi-automatic. Not because of anything else. So I was gonna get rid of the Ruger M77, which is a great gun, and I say my M77, it's a tag driver. So why am I gonna get rid of a rifle that is really accurate? I mean, I haven't shot it at 200 yards in a while, but I know I can hit it because I've hit things, but I don't know the grouping. But last time I put it on paper at 200, I was getting an inch and a half at 200. So why am I gonna get rid of a tack driver to get a semi-auto that is not that tight of a grouping? Then I started thinking, I'm gonna blow $1,500 more or less. It's gonna be with taxes to buy a semi-auto and shoot a 4-inch grouping, let's say, at 200. At 100, it might do 2.5. I seen a guy that he shot 3 at 100. I'm going 3. So I'm kind of tossing it around, but I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. And the same thing with the 7 mag. The 7 mag, that's smooth shooting, very accurate, semi-auto, and I hit what I aim. Now, I've never done the paper target at 300 or 400. I will have to do that, but I know that gun. It's a well-made gun. It's a good shooter. The only issue that I have with that gun, the only issue is it's heavy. It's not the type of gun you're going to use climbing up hills, mountains. It's not made for that. It's a truck gun. But you know what? It's a good backup, because let's say I'm driving around in my quad and I see a pig at 500 yards. I could take a shot with that 7 mag. You know it's going to hit it. The only advantage of the semi-auto in the 270 is that it's a semi-auto. For now, I think I'm going to keep what I got and maybe just sell the 30-06, because I don't shoot the 30-06. I am going to get a better butt pad, because the one that it has, it's original and it's hard. I'm gonna get me a cushy one, and then whoever gets it is not gonna get this big kick in the shoulder, because the one that has now, it's petrified. So yeah, I haven't even done any ballistics. I've been meaning to do a comparison between the 7 mag and the 270. Not in energy. I know that the mag is going to have energy, but I want to look at the drop, which is, I think, 4 inches at 200 yards difference between the mag and the 270. That says a lot for the 270, a lot. And all these new calibers, the PRC and the Creedmoors and all that, they're just very exotic calibers to me. The bullet, oh, here comes the dog. There he goes. Hang on. Now, when I bought the 270, the store had a 280, and I wasn't familiar with the 280, but a friend of mine went and bought it, and didn't hear from him after that, because I left the job for another job, never saw him again. But then I started looking at the 280. 280 bullet is pretty nice. It's not that much. You don't see a lot of it around, but I gotta do a ballistics comparison between the 270 and the 280. The 280 is a little more hefty bullet. It's a little bigger. As far as the performance, don't know nothing about it. Now, on the BAR, I chose the 270 because I wanted to get rid of the 270. But if I'm keeping my 270 and I sell the 30-06, I maybe should go to a short stroke bullet. Could be like I had 308, so it's not going to be a 308, but it could be a 243. a 257 Roberts, I think. I don't know if they make it in that caliber. I gotta look. But it would be better if it's a short stroke, short bolt action. But the accuracy is just, you know. And then I heard a rumor. Some guy mentioned, some guy from, I think it was Utah, mentioned that the Browning is not making the BAR Safari anymore. You know, the old fashioned, that's the one I got with the square back like that, which I think is more accurate than the newer ones that they're making. You know, aluminum finish and all that. That's sad, because that's a superb gun. Is the weight. The only issue is the weight. Well, the little cigar, it's biting a little bit, but the aroma is good. You see your friend, Papa? He went running over there when he came out. All right. All right. We'll talk later on the next one. And finish my drink.